I realized as I was uploading the videos that I forgot to do this problem in the sessions, so I'm going to do it for you here. We're supposed to find Ix from the diagram. So Ix is the current in the current source over here, and it is a dependent current source. It is dependent because it depends on the voltage across the 2 ohm resistor. So the current is the voltage across the 2 ohm resistor divided by 4. So in order to figure out what the current is, you have to know what the voltage is across the 2 ohm resistor. Well, luckily that's not hard, because we have a current source over here on the left of 5 amps. And you can see that current source produces a current of 5 amps, and the entire 5 amps goes through the 2 ohm resistor. So the 5 amps goes through the 2 ohm resistor. So the voltage drop across the 2 ohm resistor, V equals IR, so V1 equals 5 amps times 2 ohms, or V1 equals 10 volts. And so we can see that the voltage drop across the 2 ohm resistor is 10 volts. And so that means that our current Ix, our current source Ix, has to be 10 over 4, or 2.5 amps. I'm going to go on a little bit more with this problem. This is not things that you've done yet, but you will see it. And so maybe it is just kind of a little bit of a preview. So if the current going through here is 2.5 amps, and the current coming up to this node right here was 5 amps, what do you think the current needs to be going down this branch? So we have 5 amps coming into this node, and we know going off in this direction is 2.5 amps. The other 2.5 amps must be going down this branch right here. And so the current going down, so if I redraw this, so this is 2 ohms, this is 5 ohms. This was 5 amps. We now know this is 2.5 amps. We know that the current going down there, if I call that I2, that current has to also be 2.5 amps. Alright, well, can I figure out what the voltage drop is across this 5 ohm resistor? Can I figure out what V2 is? I can. V2 has to equal IR, but in this instance the I is I2 because that is the current going across that 5 ohm resistor. So V2 has to be 2.5 amps times the resistance, which is 5 ohms, or V2 has to be 5, that was at 12.5 volts. So the voltage has to be 12.5 volts. Now, I'm going to label some voltages here. I'm going to mark this ground. So that's going to be ground. And I know that across this resistor, I have to lose 12.5 volts. So I'm going to say I must be at 12.5 volts up here. Well, how much did I lose going across this 2 ohm resistor? We already said that that was 10 volts. So it must have been at 22.5 volts here.